Hi, I'm Maria, and I dated a guy for 2 months that was not physically attracted to me. Let's talk about it. I'm laughing now, but it was actually very sad. I dated a guy for 2 months. I met him off Tinder. I know, red flag. Gross. I also met my cheating ex of 2.5 years on there. So, Tinderman, stay far away from me. I fucking hate you. So how did I find this out? I originally thought he had a corn addiction. He had a lot of signs of it. He'd go to the bathroom for long periods of time, frequently. He followed porn stars all the time, like tons of them. They didn't look like me. None of them were big beautiful women. They were all sticks with surgical bodies, you know, exaggerated features but no fat on them. I'm not like that, you know. That was one of the things I noticed. I really just thought it was a corn problem, like he was understimulated by me. That's what I thought it was. But then, like, my girly brain started to figure out things he would say that weren't lining up. Like, he told me his love language is physical touch. This man never touched me. Never touched me. He wouldn't hold my hand in public. He wouldn't kiss me. Only kissed me to say goodbye. We'd kiss to say goodbye, and you know what he'd do? He'd do this. Super exaggerated, like, never anything intimate or cute or hot or sexy. None of that. It was awful. Now, I'm a physical touch person, so I was leeching on to him, and he probably loved feeling all that affection, but I never got it in return. It just sucked, you know? And then, I'm a big girl. You can tell from my videos, I like to eat. He would touch my belly and retract his hand immediately, like, disgusted. He did it all the time. He knows where my belly's at. Why did he have to be so dramatic? It's like he was making a point to make me feel bad. I love working out. We go to the gym together. We were gym partners the last 2 months. He worked me out so hard, I thought I was going to faint. He pushed me to the limits. One time I came to tell him I can't work out. I think I'm going to faint. And he's like, oh, just go on the treadmill then today. You don't have to work out. Just walk. No, bitch. I am telling you I'm going to faint. I've been fasting. I can't work out. He still made me do it. He started making comments about what I was eating too. Like, that has a lot of calories. I'm making you a smoothie instead. You don't need to eat that. I don't want your fucking smoothie. I want my cheese Danish. That's literally what it was. He was offering me a smoothie. I wanted a cheese Danish. I'm sorry. I like to eat. I'm losing weight. I'm eating healthy. But, like, I believe that you should be able to treat yourself. And I also believe that no one you're dating should fucking tell you what you should put in your body. That's my choice to decide what I'm going to eat, not yours. Next, he never complimented me. He only complimented me through text and called me cute. I'm sorry. I don't want to be called cute. I'm not a cat. I'm not a dog. I'm a woman. Call me sexy. Call me gorgeous. Call me pretty. Don't call me cute. I'm not a cute little kitten or anything like that. He never complimented me. And never in person, only through text when I posted on Snapchat. What? Like, what the fuck? He also had wandering eyes, which, just if anyone's still watching, men with wandering eyes are 50% more likely to cheat. Let that sink in. I just heard that the other day, and it's true. So he had a lot going for him. This man had unrealistic expectations of what women should look like because of his corn addiction. Because of his corn addiction, he doesn't like natural bodies. He likes surgically altered bodies and expects women to look like that. I was his project. He wanted me to lose weight. He wanted me to go to the gym with him. Probably wanted me to be a little muscle mommy. I can't, like, I love the gym, but, like, it's taken me a year to lose 30 pounds. I got a lot more to go. Like, I am not a project. I want to work on myself. I don't need a man telling me what to eat, how to work out. It fucking sucked. Anyway. So, between the no compliments, who we follow on Instagram, none of them looking like me, all the other things I mentioned, I was going to list them all. I'm forgetful. I'm a little tired. It's been a hard last few days. But these are all the signs I realized he wasn't physically attracted to me. And I brought these up to him many times in the relationship, and he always lied to me. And you know what? He'd never claimed me as a girlfriend. He said we were exclusive, but without the title. The fuck? What does that mean? I also caught him texting women on his phone, but he said they were high school friends. Bullshit. I doubt that. Anyway, can you tell I'm bitter? Just a little bitter. Anyway, let me pause before I forget what I'm saying. I kind of forgot where I left off. But anyway, trust your gut, ladies. If you have a suspicion of something, you're probably right. Because from the very beginning, I suspected something was off. I thought it was the corn thing. The corn thing was making him not physically into me. No hate to a guy that doesn't like a big girl. Lots of guys don't like big girls. My problem is that he used me for months for his emotional gain. And that's not okay. I get it. I'm a good girlfriend. A good non-girlfriend. But, like, you can't lead someone on. It's not fair. And it's hurt. I broke up with him. But I broke up with him because he's not physically attracted to me. That's sad. That's hard. Anyway, it's been 5.5 minutes. I'm done. To anyone stayed, thank you. I've been venting about this a lot on live, but now I'm finally making a video of it because my makeup looks good today. That's the only reason. But ladies, gents, Trust your instinct because you're probably right.
So what I'm about to tell you is a really important lesson in why you need to see how a man acts with women that he doesn't find attractive before you make any long-term decisions about this person. The other day, I was on Melrose Avenue outside the Glossier. I know, not like the other girls. And I went in to get a matcha, also not like the other girls. And I was standing in the queue for matcha, and I was standing with my friend, and there was a really cute dog there. So naturally, what do? I go up and say hi to the dog. First, I check with the owner. I say, "Can I say hi to your dog?" And he goes, "Yes, of course." So I'm there talking to the dog, not talking to this man, but just talking to the dog. I was very polite. And the man struck up a conversation with me. He goes, "Where are you from?" And I was like, "Oh, the UK." And he was like, "What's your name?" And I was like, "Grace." He said, "Can I get your number, Grace?" And I said, "I'm engaged." And then I assume he's just going to leave it at that. So I'm just continuing to say hi to his dog. I'm waiting for my matcha, which obviously hasn't come out yet. And then I just like smile at him and I just go to sit down. And he keeps asking questions. He just goes, "Whereabouts in London do you live? When did you meet your fiance? Where is your fiance from?" All of this. And I just like start edging him off. I'm just like, I'm not going to continue asking these questions because it's a little bit Spanish Inquisition. And I've seen one too many true crime shows to be giving my social security out to this man. So I sit down and this man will not stop asking questions. So this girl next to me, she just says to him, "Bro, are you going to do this to every single girl who walks out of the coffee shop?" When I tell you, this man, he was perfectly nice. He was asking too many questions, but he was perfectly nice. We were having like a nice normal conversation before the questions just got too many. In America, people talk to each other in the streets. I'm from London, it's not a regular thing, but it does happen. I would never have walked away from that experience thinking like, "Oh, that man was really weird." All I would have thought is like, he was too inquisitive and he wasn't really letting it go. This man stands up and yells at this girl. He goes, "You're just fucking jealous because no one would ever ask you for your number." And I literally turned around and was like, "What?" And she goes like, "All right, bro, calm down." And he goes like, "You're fat, you're ugly, no one's ever gonna fucking propose to you, you're just jealous of her, you're jealous of me," all of this. This is like a polite, originally polite, like mid-30s man. And it just made me think, if I had been standing there and I'd been talking to that dog and I was interested, like this polite man looks completely normal, well-spoken, holding nice conversation. If I'd been speaking to that man and I had been interested, I never would have known that in that man's spare time, he sits in Glossier Alley and yells at women, calling them ugly when they call him out on the fact that he is talking to every single girl that comes out of that shop. And talking to every single girl that comes out of that shop isn't like, it's a bit slimy, but it's not really like a moral issue. But you feeling so attacked that you need to attack another woman's appearance, you need to bring them down, you need to be yelling at them in public is insane. And you could be dating a man like that and you do not know that he would act like that to women that he does not find attractive, or just any women that aren't you. Like, how he acts towards you because he wants to be in a relationship with you is very different to how he could act with anyone else. And it just really made me think, because I was like, in another circumstance, what if I took that man's number? Anyway, you've just got to make sure your man's not doing that. And I don't know how to do that. But I think you need to see them in environments that aren't just women they find attractive and see how they act towards women in public, because that will tell you so much about who they are as a person, but also how they would act if they no longer had use for you. And what would have been a normal response from him to her being like, "Are you going to talk to every girl who comes out of this coffee shop?" Which she obviously also sensed that I was like feeling a little bit uncomfortable and had moved away, which he could have done if he had any emotional intelligence. He could have just been like, "Oh, so sorry, didn't realize I was making him uncomfortable." Or even just a little bit of an arsey, "Oh, I was just making conversation." Whatever. But the fact you flip that easily when your intentions are being questioned shows what your intentions were. Like, it shows that you had like whatever ulterior motives. You can want to date someone in public, absolutely fine. But the fact that you would never know if you were dating someone like that because they find you attractive, so they never had to act like that around you, is insane to me.
Most women don't just realize how much looks influence the way men treat them, and it's not always fair. Being unattractive in someone's eyes changes everything: the way they listen to you, the way they speak to you, the way they include you in their life. Suddenly, jokes that were funny before feel annoying, your opinions get overlooked, and your time feels less valuable. It's not about you being less or doing something wrong. It's about how attraction silently dictates attention, respect, and effort. You'll notice it in social situations, in dating, and even in professional settings. Men tend to be warmer, more patient, and more attentive toward women they find attractive. Meanwhile, women they don't find attractive might get ignored, interrupted, or treated like background noise. Sometimes they lean on you for convenience, vent to you for emotional support, or expect you always be available. But desire That's reserved for the women they find appealing. It's subtle, but it happens every day, and most people never talked about it. Please do well to subscribe, like, comment, and share. Let's continue.
When a man doesn't like you, he's going to show you in his actions, and that's his point blank period. You're going to realize that you're the one that's always chasing him. More times than not, if a man likes a woman, he's going to chase that. There's no other way about it. You're the one that's probably initiating the hangouts, the link ups. And if you guys do hang out and link ups, probably to his crib or something very low key, low effort. That way he doesn't have to go out of his way because it takes quote unquote too much energy. I know for myself that when I'm talking to someone, I don't care if you're 45 minutes, 10 minutes, an hour and a half. I'm going to make it work somewhere. You can be in a different city and I'm probably going to make it work. I just want you. You want that person. You're going to chase that person. So if you have to chase a man all the time for hangouts and link ups, he's probably not that into you, to be honest.
So he hasn't gone back to you. He hasn't called you. He hasn't texted you back. But yet he posted something on his Instagram, posted something on his story. Don't even fucking click on that fucking story. If you click on his story, you're literally giving him the power. Don't fucking click on it.
You know who men go to when they have the least amount of anything? The woman that they don't like or respect, because they don't care how you see them. You don't even have to see them as a man. They don't plan on being with you long term anyway. Why? Because you've seen them at their absolute lowest and most disgusting. And when they find another woman, they have a fresh start to start over with respect and dignity. So they're going to go over there. So when a man comes to you at his lowest, he don't even like you. He sees you as a desperate pygmy that will take him in, nurture him, get him back on his feet, and send him back out. Okay, he sees you as that desperate to want a man that can't offer you anything. So it's not a good sign. Dismiss him, send him back to his mama house, baby. Y'all have to start thinking like this. They didn't come to you because they think you love them. They didn't come to you because they love you. They came to you because you're desperate and will take in some dust. Okay? If there was a woman that was their dream woman who was absolutely fabulous, they would never go to her and say, I'm broke. They're only going to come to women that they know that they will never be with long term.
It's the truth. Understanding this reality isn't about bitterness or self-hate. It's about awareness. When you see how attraction shapes behavior, you stop expecting validation from people who weren't ever going to give it. You learn to protect your energy, set boundaries, and focus on people who value you fully. You realize that respect and effort are earned and not automatically granted just because you exist. Being unattractive in a man's eyes doesn't mean your life is over. It means you get an early lesson in how to navigate the world wisely. Once you recognize these patterns, you can make choices that empower you instead of drain you. You stop wasting time on people who don't see your worth, and you start investing your energy in relationships and environments that actually respect, honor, and value you. So remember, the way men treat you says less about your value and more about their attention. Awareness is power, and understanding these dynamics help you move smarter, protect your heart, and live life on your terms. At the end of the day, how men treat you doesn't define your worth. Just because someone doesn't find you attractive doesn't mean you are less deserving of respect, love, or happiness. Awareness is your power. Once you understand these dynamics, you can protect your energy, set boundaries, and invest in the people who truly see your value. Remember, it's not about changing yourself to fit someone else's preference. It's about living confidently, unapologetically, and on your own terms. If you find this video helpful, please do well to subscribe, like, comment, and share. Thank you very much for watching, and see you on the next one.